Greetings, Sagittarius, coming at you with your January reading. Okay, so pulled the Lenormand deck and got some interesting energies going on, Sag, for sure. So we did get the heart first. The heart is all about the heart chakra, heart area, heart space. Generally, this is a nice, sweet, loving card. However, the Jack of Hearts can be sort of like a charmer who doesn't really stay long, or someone who's kind of showing not all of their cards. They're showing you the part of you that they want you to see. They're not showing you the other part. So this could be kind of like fake friends, especially because after the heart card immediately came out the snake. And if you pull a negative card after the heart, then it's saying that your heart is being negatively affected by this attachment, the situation. So it's definitely a situation that you are being called to bring awareness to. Rose quartz, tourmaline, rainbow obsidian, manganese and calcite, all would be really good crystals for you, for your heart chakra at this time. Also, malachite with clear crystal, clear quartz would be nice. Grounding yourself, getting barefoot outside, really allowing yourself to tap into your heart and get clear here, because I feel like this is more of a situation where you're being too nice, Sag. You're being in a situation where you're too nice about something and it's affecting your heart negatively in this way. So you're being asked to tap into your strength here. Lord, take charge with authority. So this is really about taking charge of the situation, not letting yourself be bossed around, but being the boss instead. At the same time, not being too aggressive, finding the difference between being aggressive and assertive, finding the difference between charging and just taking a stand. And that's why Mother Earth is coming in here to also feel loved and comforted. So on the flip side is, once you kind of are done with the snake energy, or you deal with the snake energy, once you take authority towards the snake energy, whoever the snake is in your environment, which we also have 727, 72, 77, 727, 772. Sevens and twos might be showing up in your field. Also the number 6, which 6 is all about creating harmony, right? But you have to move through a space before you can get to that harmony. I'm seeing these two birds here, and they're looking at each other, but there is a space between them. And it's almost like, even though there's all these silver cords around the heart, it's like something, the heart is like chained up here. Like they go in front of the heart and it's sealed with that flower. And so it's almost like someone may be wanting to come off a certain way. This can also be like distractions, I'm feeling. Especially with the snake, there can be something that's distracting your heart. For some of my Sages, something is distracting your heart, and you're being asked to stop allowing this thing to distract your heart and to take charge and take matters in your own hand. And this is a point in your journey to ground yourself and spend time in nature. I also like that she's naked here. Spend time with your naked body, Sag. Some of you really need to just get at home in your body and just really regain that sovereignty, that authority over your own skin. Spending time in the bathtub, spending time, if you can, get naked outside, then get naked outside. If that's not feasible where you're at, then, that's understandable. But I do feel like people kind of underestimate the deep healing that can come from just really stripping down and getting connected to earth, especially the healing that can occur in your heart space, because our hearts really do just want to sync up with the heart of the earth. And whenever we create that space, then that's when the healing can come through. And then you almost gain the wisdom of the snake by having to move through. And when I think of snakes, they're also very, they can snake their way around any situation, right? So it's almost like there might be, and we have the letter here. So I'm feeling you might get communication with the Queen of Spades, or Queen of Clubs, this in 7 of Spades. This could definitely be a woman, like someone who's jealous of you, someone who doesn't want you to progress in something, someone that is trying to hold you back, someone that's talking about you. It can be a woman who's just not, she doesn't really have your best interest at hand, but maybe to your face, she acts really sweet, but behind closed doors, behind the computer screen, she is sitting there and just like seething, and she's really just this slithering snake. And rather than shying away or becoming too aggressive, you're being called to just put on your ram horns. Put on your ram horns and say, no, I do not consent to whatever lies, whatever drama, whatever, gossip. Because you guys, here's the thing. People that are happy and healthy don't gossip. People that are happy and healthy don't talk about other people. They just don't. They just don't. So, and it's all a healing journey, right? It's a cycle. But people who partake in this sort of gossipy behavior or negatively speaking or judgment on others are only revealing the illness within themselves. And so that is something here to, instead of allowing it to seep into you and to creep into your heart space, it is now time to take charge with authority and separate yourself, create a clear, concise boundary with this energy, this woman here. I am definitely feeling it is a woman energy. It could be a mother, it could be someone in the workplace. It's just someone who's definitely holding you back. They're definitely pumping the brakes on something that you are trying to put forward. And for some of you guys, there could just be a delay in receiving a love offer because there's a woman that is in the way of that love offer coming through. So with your horse cards, we have grace. You have received grace, and many natural gifts have been bestowed upon you at this time, Sag. Now is the time to heighten your awareness of all the ways grace shows itself in you and in your life. Note that some are small distinctions, while others show up as talents beyond measure. Your grace is uniquely your own. Additional aspects of your personal grace remain unknown to you at this time. Now is the moment to explore and discover more of them. Today is your perfect time to honor all with which you are naturally blessed, and to stand in full gratitude for all of it. Appreciate your grace. And I'm really feeling this Mother Earth energy with this energy of grace. And you know, for a lot of you guys, I'm almost feeling like this woman who's jealous of you, this person who's jealous that is negatively affecting your heart. It's because you're just so sensitive and genuine and pure. And so you can feel and empathic, and you can feel this. And so what you're being called to do is, yes, keep the grace, keep that. Don't harden up. Lord takes charge with authority, but with authority, not with aggression, not with anything immature or spite back. He doesn't become a snake right back. He becomes a ram. And he says, I've got hooves and I've got antlers. And I don't necessarily need to use them because I also have this magic wand. So, you know, snakes are very powerful. They have a lot of wisdom within them. They teach us a lot of lessons. So one thing with a snake is you can never trust a snake. So you might want to be a little extra careful with the letter here, what information you divulge, or don't be careful and own it and just say it, but speak it with authority and really charge into your truth without allowing someone else to kind of prevent your truth from being spoken, because that's usually when our heart is hurting or when our heart experiences something negative. It's because we are allowing another energy to penetrate and be stronger than our own frequency that our heart is beating. So if you can strengthen your heart space so much that it's beating like 10 feet out of your body with every heartbeat, it's just boom, 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 and you have like this really strong presence about your heart, then the snake can't really sneak in there like it could if you were just like, oh, I'm sweet and I'm hurt, you know, like you need to step into a new stage, a new presence, a new level of authority with yourself here, Sag. We also have seeking direction. Of late, you have been in a place of indecision about which path to take. This question is not as difficult as you perceive it to be. Ask yourself what direction will create the most peace in your life. One path will lead you towards your own good and the good of others and will serve the greater good. One direction takes you a step closer to your divine purpose. Your heart knows the direction as it seeks peace. Peace, purpose, and light for all who are involved. Choose carefully, as this may not be expressed as the easier path or the one with the quickest resolution to your current turmoil. Seek with a higher mind. The key here is the greater good overall. The decision does not have to be made today if you have peace and choose with grace. So for some of you, there's a woman who might try and entice you. You might get an offer from a woman, or from, it doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, it could be just a negative, wounded feminine in a man that's speaking to you, that's getting under your heartstrings here. But it's like this news that you get from this person could be trying to pull you away from your true path. They might be trying to distract you. Like if you're working on something, then this could also just be someone who's like always in your ear, kind of like whispering, kind of nagging. And it's like you could never really finish working on this thing because this person's energy is just kind of lingering. For some of you, it is someone that is coming in the way of a heart connection, and they are definitely interfering. I'm going to be really curious to see what the tarot says with this. Acceptance. Occurrences are not what they may seem. Not all things which may feel or appear to be false or troubling at this time are as traumatic as they appear on the surface. Same thing with the snake. So with the snake's not necessarily a bad card. It's just a card of heightened awareness. It's a card of you can't always just totally trust people. You can't always just go in and just relax all the way. You need to go into situations testing the foot, like test your footing, see what's around, like look both ways before you cross the street. You know, this is a matter of crossing your T's and dotting your I's. Be careful before you sign on the dotted line, Sag. Being wary of any contracts. Not necessarily wary, but asking any questions and making sure that you know your worth so that people aren't stealing from you and aren't taking advantage of you, or people aren't just outright defaming you with their lies, with their jealousy, with their whatever it is, because your authenticity will speak for itself, and the person who's speaking about you, the fact that they're just talking about you and they're not you and your actions are going to show different than what they're saying will speak volumes in itself as well. So right now, it's just about acceptance. All will work itself out for the highest possible outcome. Release all of your fear, let go of your illusion of control at this time. Your lesson is about acceptance, trust, and faith. Accept that all is divinely guided and that what you cannot yet see is perfect as it unfolds. Lastly, we have the underbelly. The lightness and darkness of every soul in every situation is apparent to you now. I feel like this is very true with the snake here. I feel like this card is hand in hand with this. Nothing is all good and nothing is all bad. No one is without a share of both dimensions, Sag. The contrast lives in everyone. Only to the depth that you deny your dark side's existence does it wreak havoc in your life. So perhaps, Sag, this person who's speaking about you is mirroring a piece of you from your past. It could be past lives. You may not have acted like this in this current life. That could be also why you're so pure in this life. However, the universe is still going to test you and bring these old aspects of you, whether it's past lives or a few years ago or a decade ago, whatever it is, this snake energy is perhaps something that you have embodied yourself at some point. And so because of that, you're being asked to really look into it and to honor it, to have compassion towards it, and yet to still hold your boundaries and create your borders with it, to communicate clearly with it. So to not just run away from a situation or block a situation when it's uncomfortable, but to actually face it and to speak to it, and to speak to it from the heart, but with authority and with grace. Be appreciative of the secrets it holds. Bravely peer into your dark side. Recognize your unfinished parts and claim them. It may have served you thus far as a means of survival, but by examining and owning this underbelly part of you, you will create the release necessary for its total healing. So this heart space is all about healing, and it's going to be healing through some fun, comfortable situations, as I like to say, Sag. So there might be some fun, comfortable situations that are coming up, and because we do have the heart here and a negative card following it, I just want to really bring awareness to you guys paying extra attention to taking care of your heart. Rose hip is a great tea to have. Rose oil, anything rose is healthy and wonderful for the heart space, as well as just making sure that you take times throughout the day to just check in with your heart. Calm it down, be with it, and notice if there are any people or situations in your life, like the snake, that tend to make your heart beat faster or harder or more stressed, and allow yourself to catch those moments and to respond to those moments with grace. Treasure this part of yourself, the dark part of your soul. This is your own unique branding. Trust that it has served a purpose and remain aware of its presence so that you may only serve the greater good from this point forward. We have these gray horses galloping away from the snake. All right, Sag, so sounds like there are some trying energies in your space, Sag, which I'm not going to lie, it's kind of felt like that with the collective in general, but it's beautiful. All these things must be dug up so that we can really create that ultimate healing space. So we have butterflies in her hair, and what I'm again being called to say is before the caterpillar becomes the butterfly, you guys, it's got to become like goo. Like, caterpillars literally like die and become just straight up gooey, ooey gooey, ooey goo gooey. We have 4 of Wands in reverse and 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. Okay, so definitely someone was working on something or thought they were working on something, and 8 of Cups in reverse. that is walking away from something that's not fulfilling. So 4 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Pentacles in reverse, and 8 of Cups in reverse. This is definitely some sort of breakup for some, ending for some, trying to revisit something from the past and it not going right. Maybe trying too hard to make something work and then realizing that the harder that you try and make something work, the more that you press, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to come through. Also with that 4 of Wands and 3 of Pentacles, you could be trying to gain stability. We have 4 of Swords in reverse as your energy right here, Sag. So you could be kind of refusing this healing. I'm feeling this is really like overworking. I'm feeling for some of my Sages, you're putting in, we have the Emperor as what's crossing you. Okay, so this could be authority, this could be someone in charge, a boss, this could be, with your energy being the 4 of Swords in reverse and the Emperor, you could be just getting worked to death right now, working too much, you need to rest, there's way too much yang here, especially with the snake and everything going on. I'm really feeling that this is really, there's just a lot of yang. You need to rest, and some of you guys might be in this place of survival, like I can't rest. We have 443, 343, 334. Those numbers might be the 8 of Cups again, and your subconscious. Yep, Ace of Pentacles in reverse as your crown. So definitely walking away from something here that you thought was going to be stable. Definitely saying no to a job, saying no to a relationship, putting boundaries on a relationship, especially with that Emperor card crossing you. Like this is you laying down the law, or someone laying down the law with you. It could quite also possibly be the law. In your crown, you're saying no, like this new offer, this is not going to happen. The honeybees, all of it. It's not happening. 8 of Cups. Subconsciously, you are moving on. You have gone down from these deep waters of the octopus tentacles. You see the snake for what it is. Your heart has hurt enough from that situation, and you are not going to invest in this new beginning. You are not going to invest in that. That 4 of Swords, I'd like to see it upright though. I will say, for some of you guys, I did get I literally just heard a Sag be like, hey, that's because I've already gone through that healing and I'm like on the up and up. So for some of you guys, you're refusing to sink into this space. Oh, the Queen of Wands peeking through there. But this card, Page of Swords. Okay, let it come out first. I think those kind of go together though. So this Queen of Wands in reverse and Page of Swords, I feel like it could very well be this snake and the 7 of Spades here. So your jealous person could be a fire sign, or it could just be an angry person. This is someone talking crap about you. This is someone gossiping. This is someone who just has to stick their nose in other people's situations because, frankly, they're not happy. Because happy people just don't talk shit on other people. They just don't. If you're like, I'm a happy person, things are going great in my life, and then you catch yourself gossiping about someone, take a look. Take a look in there. This woman is not happy. Look at her. Look at her. She's pissed. Especially in reverse. She's straight up pissed. She's like jealous, insecure, bitter, resentful. This is totally the snake energy. And with that Page of Swords and the 7 of Spades, this is totally someone spying, someone talking shit. This is just someone talking shit. And you're moving on from that. And if you were working with this person, or if you were around this person in a work environment, you're saying, c'est la vie, adios. You're saying bye-bye to that contract. Like I said, with some of you guys, the 4 of Swords in reverse is because you have healed. And so you're in this space of coming out of a deep rest period, and you're feeling strong to rise up like the Emperor. Speak up for yourself because you've been through this emotions. You're at the 8 of Cups. You've gone through the delusion of the 7 of Cups, all of the choices of the 7 of Cups, the nostalgia of the 6 of Cups. You've wanted and wanted. Oh, 10 of Swords as your future. I like this because it's the end of the cycle. And that's what the Emperor card is saying. You can't do this anymore. Like I said, you've been through the Cups here. You've been through the 4 of Cups, the longing, the 5 of Cups, the feeling abandoned, feeling worthless, not feeling like anyone is caring for you. You have the 2 of Wands, so you're definitely making a choice. Definitely making a choice here. With the Ace of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands, you're making a passionate choice, 10 of Swords, to walk away from whoever this Queen of Wands in reverse is with the Page of Swords. You are not going to let energy like this around you again. This is such an interesting reading. We have the Page of Pentacles after that with the Lovers. So some of you guys could be ending a relationship and then giving an offer to a Gemini. with the Hermit in reverse, moving out of isolation after you've been thinking with this Cups, 8 of Cups. You've been healing and deeply trying to revisit, trying to work on this situation, but this person is just deceitful, angry, they're talking crap, they're pulling you back, they are distracting you, it's hurting your heart. Communication with them is just kind of sly, it's sneaky. They have this way of like kind of pulling you back and then not really committing. It's just like a very non-committal, it's a very immature energy. Whether it's a love relationship or this woman. But again, for some of you guys, I do feel like it's just, if it is a man and it's a relationship, then they're just angry right now. They're not in a good space. They are spying on you or gossiping about you, or other people are gossiping to them about you. You're like, nope, not having this new beginning here. You have come out of this healing space to come into communication. For some of you guys, you have been in this healing space for the last couple months, and you're coming out of this healing space to bring forward communication, to really see what's going on here. And you see the situation for what it is. And you have acceptance. The Emperor upright. You accept the situation for what it is, diplomatically. And you're just gonna, go through it as you should. Which is, you're not. You're gonna say bye to it. You're gonna walk away from it. See, the 8 of Cups, bye-bye. He's waving. He says, adios. After this 10 of Swords, I felt all of those swords. All of those swords. They all just came through. And then, like I said, we have the Page of Pentacles here with the Lovers upright. So again, could be going to someone new here. Absolutely. Going to someone new. That could be a Gemini. After Hermit in reverse, coming out of the space of healing. So we're going to see what wants to come through, Sag, for your path. Sag's path. Sag's path. Ooh, okay. Well, we have 10 of Cups in reverse, so definitely 10 of Cups in reverse with the 10 of Swords is a finality of the situation. If it's not necessarily a finality of the situation with this person, there's a cycle with this person that's ended. So if you're like, I'm married and we're not going to get divorced or anything like that, well then there's a cycle with these two 10s, especially the 10 of Cups in reverse. There's a cycle that is straight up over here. Your environment is King of Wands in reverse with the Faith in reverse, kind of reminiscent of this Queen of Wands and the Page of Swords. Only it's even more stubborn. And the King of Wands in reverse is someone who could be moving into addiction mode of doing things that are self-harming, things that aren't really healthy. Like, you don't want to try and connect with this person. You may have thought that you wanted to reconnect with this person. If Sag, if this is someone that you're not with, but you're thinking of reconnecting with, you don't want to reconnect with them. You don't. And if this is someone that you are with, that you're married to, then I would say leave them alone. Take like a solo vacation and let them sort this shit out, because this is a lot of passion, a lot of anger, and you had a soul tie with this person. So it absolutely could be deeply affecting your heart. This is a very painful situation. However, I liked that I saw the Page of Pentacles at the bottom with the Lovers, because there is hope for you on the other side, Sag. You just have to move through these energies, and it might take until like February or March to really move through these. With all the 10s though, look, hopes, dreams, and fears, Page of Cups. Yep, new offer, new love. New love is coming in after this 10 of Swords and 10 of Cups. So someone is going to come in and, yep, what do we get? Yep, the Lovers with the 9 of Wands. So after fighting hard, after dealing with these 10 of Swords, after dealing with this 10 of Cups, after dealing with this past relationship who was emotionally moody and they're masculine, both they're masculine and they're feminine. Both. This is a divine pair, but this is the divine pair. So we all have the divine masculine, divine feminine within us. The person that you were previously with, Sag, their divine masculine and divine feminine is all sorts of effed up. All sorts of effed up. All sorts of effed up. They just need a lot of healing. That's why they are this snake energy. It's hurting your heart and you're being distracted by trying to heal things with them, and it's a dead road. It's a dead end road. And you guys, if it's ever going to work out again, like if this Page of Cups is going to be an offer from them, they need to step up here and they need to do the work. But I am really feeling for a lot of you guys that this Page of Cups and the Lovers is going to be a new relationship after you surrender and fully just lay down the passion that you had with this last person. So once you really allow yourself to transform through this past situation, and for some of you guys, this could be someone that is holding you back from making this relationship happen. But I do see for a lot of you guys, especially the Page of Cups and the Lovers, that you guys will. And the Knight of Wands is also courage. It's also about really fighting through and getting victory after a very hard fought battle, which is the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups. So having both of these cards, and the person that you're dealing with or your environment has no faith in a situation, there is definitely a hard ending here. There's a lot of pain here, but with you guys being the Four of Swords in reverse and in the Emperor and the Nine of Wands here, I'm really feeling like you guys just, you know what you want. You're not going to settle for less. You are not going to start this new beginning with this past person. You are saying bye-bye to them because they're just a Page of Swords. They're bickering. They're King of Wands and Queen of Wands. The worst, I feel like, pair to get in reverse, because this is straight up aggression. This is lying. This is deceit. This is like all of the bad things, especially when this person is both of these energies. I mean, the past energy and your environment energy. This is not you at all. This is the person who you were previously connecting with at this Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning that you were thinking about, you know, thinking about reconciling with. Nope, definitely not. However, this other person, this other page, this Gemini, perhaps has Gemini in their charts, the Lover's card, I'm feeling this is a yes, but it's going to take some time. And I like it. All right, Sag, I'll see you guys shortly for your end of January readings.